Okay, hello everybody. So the first 6 videos of my new channel will have this little disclaimer on it. I've had to take the first 6 videos down because it was considered a copyright infringement, even though the videos are my copyright. I took the videos from my original channel and moved them over to my new Houseboat channel. In order to do that, according to YouTube's policies, rules, and regulations, I have to edit it and change it up a little bit from the original video. So you may have already seen this video. I apologize. I just got to play with their rules. After that, everything should go smoothly and the channel will continue as normal. Hope you guys enjoy these videos and bear with me through the growing pains. Alright, bye-bye.
Alright, got a little trip this morning. I'm also reminded why I'm a loner. I have to be reminded every now and then. Had a friend that was supposed to come over and we were going to do some squirrel hunting, but a friend was a no-show. Luckily, I called yesterday evening late to confirm, and he's out of town. So I got a hold of my daughter Brooke to see if she wanted to go out on the lake on the houseboat because she hasn't been out on it yet. And she did, but she didn't want to go to my local lake, which I live a half mile from the boat ramp, naturally. She wanted to go to a much prettier lake. So I'm going to trailer this down about an hour down to Lake of the Arbuckles, launch it, and then Brooke will meet me down there at the boat ramp, and we'll head out in the lake and spend the day out on the lake. I might even stay the night. I'm going to have Chloe with me. I've got enough stuff in the boat to do an overnight, so we'll just see how it goes. All right, we're at the dock. I'm just kind of squaring everything around. Got a dog out here that's upset. Chloe's just relaxing. I gotta get her some water. She's hot. Anyways, Brooke and Brennan should be here probably in an hour and a half or so. Okay, got a nice little breeze. Chloe ought to settle down here in a little bit. We're just idling. Probably gonna go do a little exploring up this cove here. Anyways, I got some time to kill before Brooke and Brennan get here. The cove I like to hang out in is occupied, so I'm just kind of cruising along the shoreline, see if I can find some other coves that are similar. Not seeing anything that's quite like the one I like, but there's still some little quiet coves in here. Alright, I'm down just a little ways from what looks like the party cove, but I'm going to pull in here and see if Chloe needs to do her thing. Make sure there's not any rocks. Doesn't look too bad. There we go. Alright, Chloe, can you go use the bathroom? Get a drink. She didn't like my bottled water for some reason. Pretty little cove in here. Water's not as clear as I've seen it in the past, but they've had a lot of rain down here and tornadoes and everything else. So the water's a little murked up. Guess she decided she wanted to go for a swim. Alright, she's a happy camper. Cooled off and quit panting. Couple of boats over here, people just relaxing. Alright. Been cruising down the shoreline, still got lots of lake to cover. So it's 11:30 and it's about time to start heading back over to the dock and pick up Brooke and Brendan. So that's the game plan. Had a big boat go by. Takes the waves pretty good. On the side, not as well, but it's still fine. Alright, back on the dock. Just waiting on Brooke and Brendan. They should be along directly. I think they're picking up some snacks before they come on down here. Just gonna hang out, watch people launch their boats and kayaks. Alright, Brooke just arrived. Fashionably late, as usual. But anyways, they're unloading the truck and fixing to head on down here. Got a nice little breeze coming through here. It's actually not bad. I mean, it's like in the 90s, but with the breeze blowing through this thing, it feels actually pretty good. Oh, we lucked out. The people that were here earlier today left out. Look at this. Isn't this a beautiful spot? It's a little close to the bank, but I think we're probably going to be okay. I'll keep an eye on it. All right, I'm going to get a life jacket on. I'm going to jump out in the water and just float around. All right, Brooke's at the helm. We're going to go check out another spot. I was fretting over the area we were at. The wind kept on blowing hard back in there, and the waves kept swinging the houseboat around. I was afraid we were going to eventually hit rocks, so we're going to go try another area. It was a good swim over there, though. All right, don't know if we'll be able to tough this out very long here or not. The waves are kind of bad out here, but we're going to try it. So long as we don't go sideways to the bank, we'll be okay. All right, we're just gonna sit out here and relax for a while, enjoy it, and I'm anchored out into the water a little ways so I don't have to worry about this thing smashing up against rocks. So that's a good peace of mind. We've been out here for probably over an hour relaxing in the water. Now it's gonna be time to dry off because we're all starting to prune up a little bit. We pulled in the ropes and we're gonna go cruise around the lake. See if there's any other neat spots around here. I've never been to this far side of the lake over here. So we're gonna go see what's over there. All right, I just dropped them off and they're gonna head back up to the city, and then Chloe and I are gonna go up into a creek. All right, easing up into the creek. Lake's up just a little bit. I'm just gonna go up here and check it out, then probably turn around, head back out into the lake. Yeah, that was getting shallow. Setting off the shallow water alarm. I was down to 2 foot. So we're just gonna head back out into the lake where we got a little bit of breeze anyways. Might anchor out, just relax for a little bit. All right, I'm back in the mouth of the cove that we went to the first go around. I just really like it over here. Out in the mouth, I've got a little bit of a breeze, so a breeze can blow through the cabin, stay cooled off. I think I need to add some hooks, something to hang some of these clothes and life jackets so they can dry. This will work temporarily, I suppose. I'm a little nervous about camping tonight. My anchor line is frayed, UV rays, so a little worried about that. Also, I've lost a cleat. One of these cleats popped right off the bat at the dock. Apparently the person installed that thought screws would be a good idea that only went 1.5 inches into the wood. This is a tow rail around here, and so there's space underneath where they could have put a bolt all the way through that. So I'll be removing all 6 cleats and replacing the screws with stainless steel bolts. Make sure that I don't have that little problem again, because one of those cleats is now at the bottom of the lake. Other than that, everything else is going pretty smooth. Had a good time with Brooke and Brendan. It's just overall a good day out on the lake. Oh goodness, that's some big waves. Chloe doesn't like them waves. Anyways, I may lay down and take a little nap since I wasn't able to earlier. Alright, so it's getting late in the evening, and I think Chloe and I are going to go for our final swim. Kind of rinse the sweat off, let her go to the bank and do her thing. And then I'm probably going to cook a little dinner, because I'm getting hungry. Alright, Chloe and I had a good little dip in the water, and then she swam to shore and did her thing. So I shouldn't get interrupted in the middle of the night with her needing to go to the bathroom. So I should be good to go. I'm going to pull out the skillet and do a little cooking. Alright, look at this. That's tenderloin right there, deer steak tenderloin. I'm just going to spread that out, salt and pepper it, then a skillet with just a little bit of grease. Call it good. I don't have any sides on this trip. I didn't come super prepared, but I do have some Cheez-Its, and my daughter left me a bag of Doritos. So it may be deer steak tenderloin with a side order of Cheez-Its or Doritos. Spicy Doritos, so probably good. Think that'll work? All right, let that grease heat up, then get this tenderloin on there. Sure gonna be good. Oh, shoot. I got watermelon. Heck yeah. I don't have to rely on the Cheez-Its after all. Oh, and I got lots too. Look at that. Mmm. Lots of watermelon. Deer steak tenderloin and watermelon. Mmm. That's the good stuff there. You smell something, Chloe? Oh, her says that smells good. I know it does. 'Cause I'm a good cook.
Trying to make it time, hard to make a living when I get so high. Time running every day is life.
Ooh, figured I better cut those down the middle. Otherwise, they were going to be a little raw on the inside. Alright, I think the last of it's about ready. Starting to firm up just a little bit there in the center. I think I'll call that good. Enough here for me and Chloe. I know she's going to like that juice in there. I'll put a little bit of water with that, stir it up, and then I'll put it in there with our dog food. Ooh, she's going to like that. Alright, got the juice in there. I add a little bit of water to it. You ready for this, Chloe? Sure is gonna be good. All right, come on out here on the front deck. Go get it. Or somebody wake the living crap out of us over here. Jeez. Man, serious wakes. Well, that was plumb ridiculous. Somebody went by real slow. Come on, Chloe. There we go. Alright, now to fix mine. Ooh, look at that. Deer steak tenderloin and watermelon. Can't wait to dig into that. Alright, I'll catch you guys after dinner. There's my view for dinner. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And of course I got somebody staring at me. I'll give her a few more pieces. Whew, sun's starting to go down. Time to get the nav lights on. Got the anchor light. And this big old contraption here. That's a remote control spotlight and nav lights. That way I'm legal. Ain't nobody gonna come over and pester me. Alright, so I've removed the backboard to give me just about 6 more inches width on the bed here. So this should be like a single berth. I just threw the backboard over here. Got my sleeping bag. Got curtains. I don't know if I'll put the curtains up. It's gonna be dark anyways. There's not any boat traffic going by. So I'll probably just leave that alone. I'm sure my sidekick's ready to sleep. She's already laid down and took a couple of naps after dinner. So anyways, it's dark outside and the tree frogs are chirping. I'm probably going to remove the front door glass and replace it with a screen. That way I can just get a little bit of airflow coming in here. So anyways, that's it. Say goodnight. Good night, Chloe. Time to go to bed. Yep, she's ready. She knows what that means. Time to go to sleep. Not sure if this is going to be visible, but we're going to give it a try. The moon's coming up over the hill over there. And I'm just waiting for it to cool off a little bit before I go to sleep. It's still just a little bit warm out and there's very little breeze. Well, it's about 5:45 in the morning. The only thing I don't care for is the bow noise when the waves, and we don't even have any waves, there's just a little bit of wind with a little bit of wake hitting the bow, and makes quite a bit of noise. Sounds like I'm in a flat bottom John boat. Where I was at, the wind was coming across the entire lake, and there was definitely some waves, and it was loud, very loud. So I went ahead and pulled anchor last night and came over to this little protect cove where the boat ramp's at. The boat ramp is just around the corner here. Still just a light breeze through here, which is good because I needed a breeze to come through the cabin. But I can still hear the water lapping up against the bow just a little bit, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it was sitting out there on the main body of the lake. So at least I was able to get a good night's sleep. So I'm going to get up in a little bit and probably cook some breakfast. I'm already hungry this morning. And then before that wind gets to blowing, I'll probably go ahead and load the houseboat up on the trailer and head on back to the house. Princess Chloe informs me that she needs to go use the bathroom. So, pulled anchor, I'm gonna go find a spot for her. And then I'll probably cook some breakfast. Alright, I just beached it over here. Come on, Chloe. That might be a little bit high for her to jump. May have to help her. Alright, now we're backing back out. Go find us a nice quiet spot. I might go out there in the lake and see if there's any sand bass hitting the surface. I still haven't caught any fish, but I have not put out much of an effort either. Alright, so I got a rod sitting in the rod holder with a jig back behind us. We'll do a little bit of trolling while I kind of straighten up the bedding here, and then I'll find us a place to stop and cook some breakfast. I think I'll switch this over to sonar instead of down scan. See if I can locate some fish too. Isn't that pretty? Alright, I've been trolling for a little while. Not getting anything. Looks like most of the fish are down between 10 and 20 feet, and my jig just isn't getting down that deep. So I'm probably going to ease back over here to the close to the boat ramp, park it, and cook some breakfast this morning. Breeze is starting to pick up out there on the lake. The surface is getting pretty textured. Alright, I've picked us a nice little quiet cove. I'm gonna get it out here in the middle and just turn it off and start cooking breakfast. Just kind of keep an eye and see where I drift. Doesn't look like there's any breeze at all out here, so I shouldn't drift very far. Nice and quiet out here, other than roosters in the distance. Some of my wild hog sausage. Alright, got the sausage cooked up. Alright, sausage and eggs. And of course got a little bit of watermelon to go with it. Ooh, look at that. Watermelon, sausage, and eggs. I think I'm going to sit out here on the bow and eat breakfast. Alright, breakfast is done. We are about to float into the bank, so I got us turning around. In fact, I need to make another adjustment. Alright, I'm going to ease us out of here and go tie up to the dock, tidy things up on the deck, and then go get the truck. Alright, prepping the boat to tie up to the dock. I'll do this on the stern and on the bow. Alright, there's a reason I do that before I ever get over the dock. Somehow, don't even know how it happened, the bumper line tangled up with the cordage on this thing. Took me over 2 minutes to untangle. And you don't want to be doing that while you're trying to get right up against a dock. So it's best to stage out before you ever get to the dock and get it all squared away. We got a fisherman over here on this little fishing dock, so I'm just gonna ease down a little bit on the speed. That ought to do it. Okay, I'm secured to the dock. Now I'm just going to go around here and make sure I don't have anything hanging off the sides. Kind of like this. Throw cushion needs to come off, rod holders. I left my tackle boxes on the back of the deck, so all that'll need to be picked up and stowed away inside the houseboat. I need to let my windows down, lock them in position. So anyways, got a little bit of tidying up to do, and then I'll go get the pickup truck. Hope you guys enjoyed that little video. It was a good time yesterday out with Brooke and Brendan, and it was pretty nice out here just camping for the night. Really enjoyed it. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.